Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 2 of the NFL Preseason on EA Sports. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Giants.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And off we go from Denver. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Parker Washington. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They're sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And they're going to speed things up here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Back to throw. Leach. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. To throw again. Leach. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's fourth down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in down. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Right back to him on 1st down. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's got this down to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Dancing to his left. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have cut it back within a score. Extra point forthcoming. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Back to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Leach. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give them 32 on the play. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 73 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Throwing on 1st down. Leach. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Touchdown, Giants. It's the fullback. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Denver's offense now set to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a give up the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw. Leach. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Leach.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again.
As this complete to Daniel Bellinger.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Broncos are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch it for Washington. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a minute. Week 2 of the preseason is upon us. Each team now with just one more game after this one, and then we will get it all started as we normally do on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run on first down.
Ratliff down to the
42, second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 42-yard line.
This is second and 8. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Now Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Running left, Corum. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Dobbs looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. Well, certainly happy they were able to force the fumble, Charles, but wish they would have gotten in the end zone, only getting 3 points there and still facing this second half deficit.
And they also will understand it's going to be a whole lot tougher to force another turnover the rest of the game, because that offense, they're going to be all about ball security from here on out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On first down, Downs to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On first and 10, Downs forced out to his left. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. To throw is Downs. Buying time to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index, because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. First and 10. Jones looking middle, and that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Operating from the gun, Jones. 7 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw. Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And
Coming out now, the Broncos. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Jones, another shot here after the pick six. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for second down. Back to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll drop that down to Hubbard. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Giants going to take over again on offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And quickly they get to the line. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point attempt to come here. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Third down and 10. Here's Dobbs to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even. But it's second down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies. It's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Denver, good night, everybody.